Welcome to KGO Sports Talk. Kevin George here. We have the start of the NCAA tournament tonight. I want to talk about the play-in game, the Winthrop versus Arkansas Pine Bluff. Two teams that we haven't heard much about this year. Obviously, Winthrop, a little bit more experience in the NCAA tournament than Arkansas Pine Bluff. But nonetheless, tonight, a pretty good game. Something to kind of get our feet wet as far as the NCAA tournament goes. Just want to talk about the game a little bit here. Just some notes as far as why Arkansas Pine Bluff really, you would think, shouldn't even be in this game. They started off the season 0-11, and somehow made the NCAA tournament. Now, here's how they made the NCAA tournament. They won 17 of their last 21 games, which is absolutely incredible. So they're on a huge run here. They came in and they kept it going. They absolutely outshot Winthrop. Winthrop couldn't do anything on the offensive end. They were down really most of the second half. The first half was very close. It was a 1-point game at halftime. But Arkansas Pine Bluff just absolutely blew them out in the second half. Winthrop shot 2 of 21 from the three-point line. That's a solid 9.5%. So that's certainly not going to get it done. And Arkansas Pine Bluff moves on. First game of the NCAA tournament, and they move on to play Duke on Friday. So that should be an interesting game, to say the least. I'm gonna take Duke in that one in a landslide. But anyway, also tonight, a couple things of note in the NIT. Connecticut came back from being down to Northeastern, down 5 with about 4 minutes left in the game. They came back to win by 2. Jim Calhoun, big win for UConn. Certainly did not want to end their season on that kind of a note, but they will move on. The Big East struggled tonight overall in the NIT. USF lost tonight. Also, Seton Hall got blown out at home tonight, which was a tough loss to Texas Tech. One big note in that one, in the Seton Hall game, Herb Pope, the solid center for Seton Hall, actually was ejected from the game with a flagrant foul, I guess you could say, for hitting a guy in Texas Tech in an area that you really don't hit a man. We'll just leave it at that. But he did it twice in the game. I'm sure there's going to be some highlights on ESPN tonight that'll probably make the top 10 or some sort of top 10. But just a foolish, stupid play on Herb Pope's part. He's certainly a much better player than that, and was the leading rebounder in the Big East this year at over 11 boards a game. So kind of moving on from that, want to talk about Tiger Woods briefly. Tiger Woods, as we all probably know now, will be coming back and playing in the Masters. Whip-de-woo on that. Kind of expected it. Wasn't totally sure just because of this whole ordeal. But it will be good. I'm looking forward to Tiger playing in the Masters. Now, he will not play in another tournament before the Masters hits on April 8th. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays in the tournament, how he's reacting with fans and certainly the media. Because we haven't heard much from him recently. Obviously, there was a couple notes today because he's kind of getting back into the swing of things. Going to start playing a couple practice rounds, things of that sort, but no tournaments until the Masters. One other thing I want to get into tonight, Arinze Onuaku, Syracuse senior center. Maybe something that was strategic, but Syracuse, after the injury and certainly leading up to the selection show on Sunday, was indicating that Arinze was okay. The tests were negative. He was he should be good to go. They weren't saying anything definite, but I was certainly coming into Monday thinking, okay, here's SU. They're the 1 seed. They're going to be playing Vermont again. They obviously lost to Vermont, last time they played them in 2005. But this was something that I was looking forward to the game, and I'm looking forward to this weekend. Because SU's first game, with or without Arinze, they shouldn't have a problem. But going into Sunday, when they play either the likes of Gonzaga or Florida State, they're going to need Arinze, and they're not going to have him this week. So that's going to be a tough game Sunday. It's going to be a coin flip because now you're playing instead of the 7 starters that SU has pretty much. Now they've only got a 6-man rotation, and they're going to have to find somebody else. If Rick Jackson gets in foul trouble, it's going to be big problems for SU. My guess will be, that they will get through the weekend. They will beat Vermont, and I believe they will beat Gonzaga or Florida State, whoever they play. My guess will be Gonzaga, but it'll be interesting to see how that turns out, being that the Cuse is now down to 6 guys. Hopefully SU has them next week if they get through this weekend, but going to be an interesting weekend for sure. Looking forward to the games on Thursday. Everything tips off Thursday around noontime through midnight, Thursday and Friday. So gotta love it. But I will check back with everybody shortly. Hope everybody enjoyed the games tonight if they were watching them, and talk to everybody shortly.